we in our lives can be whoever we want to create ourselves to be. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's awesome to do that. Action's been called in life one time, the day we were born. And cut's gonna be called one time, the day we leave this life. So what are we doing? The camera's been rolling.
Yeah.
History will tell the story.
Yeah.
Our story will be there. You know, so and it's live, we're in it. We're living it right now. So what are we doing? Who are we gonna be? The quicker we are faced with a struggle or a problem that we need to solve, the quicker we go, all right, is this real? Yep, it's real. All right, what am I gonna do about this?
Yeah.
Instead of going, I can't
Whose
believe this
fault it
happened
is,
to me.
why me?
Is this really real? It's real again. It's real again tomorrow. It's real again. It's been real for a day. It's been real for a week. It's been real for a year. It's been real for a decade.
Yeah.
It's been real my whole life. The quicker we go, no, it's real. Now, let's get on with keeping our eyes open for solutions. How can I out-hustle this situation? Sometimes how can I out-endure this situation? Yeah. Sometimes it's, whoop, need to pivot. Need to change the old aperture, change lenses on the way I'm looking at this position. I've been banging my head on this door only to find out that if I backed up 10 feet, I could see there's a opening over there and I could walk around the damn door.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we gotta just go, man, I'm banging my head on this thing, my head's bruised and bloody, and I've looked all around it from every angle. I don't see a solution. I raise the white flag. I'll fight another battle, man. You got that one. I'm gonna spend some more time on some other problem. And I don't know what success is, but I know what failure is. It's trying to please everybody.
Yes.
Let's just look at that as a mean of life.
Right. Don't be surprised when it happens.
It's not a debt. Don't look at it as like a debit. Oh. No. The ruining would be a debit, but that's just us exaggerating the tragedy that doesn't happen. So usually what we think is going to be ruined is basically just a rejection.
Yeah.
And a rejection is we looking at it eye to eye going, oh, this is part of life. I suffer from this when things are going well and I'm getting what I want and I'm succeeding. I have a tendency to think, this is how life is supposed to be. This is the mean. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, it's not. Enjoy that up there. That's when I talk about the art of running downhill. You're running downhill, bro. Don't trip yourself because the incline's coming. Uphill will come.
Yes.
So don't think that this is just the mean, because if you think that when everything's going perfectly, like, ta-da, I got it. I found my frequency. It's so easy. I'll never get in a rut again. False. And then when you do, you think, oh, I failed. I'm ruined. You're like, no, you were exaggerating the realities of life. You were living like you was you were living in heaven on earth, but that wasn't sustainable forever.
Right.
I've had thousands of crises in my life, and most of them never happened. Most midlife crises are more about not appreciating where we've been.
Yeah.
Maybe not appreciating, giving respect to what we have done or what we already have built. So I got to tend to those things no matter what new horizon I'm chasing or new place I'm going. I got some stuff going with me, my family, my kids, this part of my career. That's not negotiable. So even though I may be uncertain in where I'm going in the future, I got some baggage, I got some luggage that's going with me.
Yeah.
No matter what. And that's giving respect to those things. I think that's where a lot of us get in a crisis sometimes, or even a typical midlife crisis. We don't respect what we've done and what we've built and appreciate where we've been maybe enough. Sometimes it's just more important to make the damn choice.
That was the whole point.
Commit to it and go forward and find out. So you don't find yourself after 3 years of limbo we've been in, being in 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, a decade of limbo, and you look back and you go, oh, I'm still walking the tightrope.
Yep.
Why didn't I just jump? Because what happens when we jump and just make a choice? If we fail, it very seldom hurts as much as we thought.
Absolutely. And we don't have any regrets about the choice.
Found out, and all the people that went na boo boo, you didn't want them to be in your life anyway.
Yeah, true story.
You know what I mean? So good, we define them, you know? But the people that when you fail after you make a choice that come over and go, hey man, me too, I did the same thing. You're like, hey, you found a good friend, you found a good soldier, you found a good acquaintance, you found somebody that's on your side. That's the people you want in your life anyway.
We all want to figure out who we are. Hey, everyone's their own creation, just create it. We all want to know what that is. The affirmative, way to go forward, how to play offense. But I found that's hard, man. That's hard. What's much easier, and I think the reasonable first step to figuring out who we are is let's define who we're not. Let's pick out those people, places, things we do, habits we have that don't pay us back, that don't feed us tomorrow, that don't give us green lights in the future. Those investments that don't have ROI. Those ones that we keep waking up tomorrow in a little bit of a debit. Damn it, I got a hangover. I had the same amount of drinks at that bar as I have somewhere else, but I got a worse hangover. Well, maybe it's the conversation people we were hanging out with. Eliminate those, and by process of elimination, sheer mathematics, you end up with more room for the things that do feed you. So it's a much easier thing to start pointing out, you know what, I keep doing that and it doesn't pay me back. I'm not getting my compounding asset on that decision or those people, places, and things. Eliminate those, and by sheer mathematics, we end up with more of what does feed us and pay us back, who we are. Investments that we make, choices we make. I noticed in writing the book that a lot of successes I had were engineered by habits and choices I made that had consistency. That's what I call a science to satisfaction. I believe there is a science to satisfaction. I noticed what I was eating, who I was hanging out with, when I was going to bed, how I was approaching the day. There were consistencies that led to times in my life where I had more joy and more success and was catching more green lights. I also noticed times where I was in a rut through my journals of, you veered from these tried and true habits that you had that were leading to success and giving you more green lights. Ooh, let's get back in our lane over here. And sure enough, more success and green lights I started to create for myself. A good man has to sacrifice some things, has to take some risk and take some responsibilities and follow through on them and know it may not be popular, but is it popular in his soul at 2 a.m. alone in his bed? And do we have the courage to take that into the daylight? Do we have the courage to go, I know that's true, and I know this is true. I will follow up on this in the face of adversity. A good man doesn't go looking for trouble. Everything does cost us something. And I think a good man, a good woman, will put their ass on the line for the cost. And it's worth more. The credit or the debit, the win or the lose, it's worth more. That currency is worth more.